The Epomaker Cypher81 is a fantastic 75% keyboard that looks great, has great customization features, feels great to type on, and doesn't disappoint on sound, all for a fairly affordable price of $90. Let's talk about it more, but first, hi. I'm the Fallen, or just call me Fall, and I normally make Roblox ASMR content and play a bunch of obbies, but I've also been a keyboard enthusiast in the background. There are a bunch of keyboard brands that I've been interested to collaborate with, and out of those, I was able to reach out to Epomaker and review one of their newest keyboards, the Cypher81. Yes, this was sent out to me for free, but I will be unbiased and share proper feedback on both the pros and cons of this keyboard from a perspective of an ASMR YouTuber. Trust me, this isn't going to be the last time you see this keyboard though. I'll use this for many more ASMR videos to come, but with that, the unboxing. This keyboard comes with a standard unboxing experience, with pretty much all of the accessories you need. This includes a manual, a cable, a switch puller, extra switches, and well, the keyboard itself. I don't know if it's because I just haven't tried enough keyboards, but I won't lie, this keyboard felt and looked a lot better than I thought. This is also, I guess, going to be my first 75% keyboard, which is actually my favorite layout. Currently, I have 60%, 65%, and TKLs, but never really a 75%. So pretty sick since I like the function keys while saving space. And I also recommend most people get this layout. Now that we have the keyboard in the flesh, let's see whether or not it is a keyboard worth buying. To me, a good keyboard should be able to deliver in the following: the build quality and aesthetics, the customization, the typing feel, and obviously the typing sound. Starting with build quality and aesthetics, let's just say this keyboard nails this part pretty well. The build quality, despite being ABS plastic, is pretty solid, and while it does feel light in the hands, it doesn't feel cheap like my other keyboards either. In terms of aesthetics, I'd say this does great as well, although this keyboard only comes in this blue and violet color, so if you wanted more of a dark color for a keyboard, this doesn't have that. This color is only from the keycaps though, so if you want a different white aesthetic, feel free to replace the keycaps with your own and it'll do just fine. This keyboard features south-facing LEDs for RGB, which is always nice and what I prefer, as well as a small RGB strip in the middle of these keys. And as you can see, if we move on up, we see a tiny screen and knob that will be used for customization, but we'll move on to that later. Moving on to the features, this keyboard supports tri-mode connectivity, aka you can connect it wired, wirelessly with a dongle, or with Bluetooth. I'm grateful to see more keyboards support Mac and Windows, and this is no exception. Pretty nice considering I use a Mac all the time. The initial pairing process was incredibly convenient compared to my current Lucky 65V2. Turn on the switch and it's immediately discoverable. Again, if you need any sort of assistance, you can check either the physical manual it came with or just search up online. It's time to talk about that tiny screen at the top. It's mainly controlled by the knob, so unfortunately the knob won't be a volume knob. However, this does make cycling between effects way easier. You can go and discover these yourself, but I'll show my favorites on screen. Now, a few problems I had initially was that the language of the screen defaulted to Chinese, so I felt lost on how to control it for a bit, until I switched it to English. Just fiddle with the screen for like 2 minutes and you'll be good. Now, how does it feel to type on this keyboard? I'll just say this right now, I don't know what it is, maybe most likely the switches actually, but from the custom keyboard and MX keys that I daily drive, this feels like the best to type on. It feels addicting, I don't know how. I mean, is it the gaskets? I don't think mine has the most flexible gaskets, but still, it's definitely something about the switches. But now, it's time for arguably one of the most important parts of a keyboard. How does this sound like? Well, it sounds good. Definitely what you'd expect from the price, as you could hear from my last ASMR video. These come in either the Epomaker Wisteria switches or the Flamingo, and I went for the Wisteria switches. These aren't the best switches on the market, but they're definitely a massive upgrade from your average Cherry MX or Gatoron Red switch. I will say that the stabilizers weren't the best, specifically with the spacebar, but it's not too bad. I love the sound signature of the spacebar if it didn't tick or rattle, so I'll probably tune it up for future ASMR videos, and let's not lie, it still sounds super great. I would say in real life, it doesn't really have a defining sound profile like clacky, thocky, or even creamy actually. It sounds creamy on my mic, but IRL it sounds maybe like clocky or clunky? I don't know. Let's listen to a sound test and I'll have my final thoughts. At the price of $90, most people can't really go wrong with this keyboard. I mean, 2 years ago, your options would have been way worse than this, so it's insane to see how much keyboards have evolved in such a short amount of time. I don't think this is your only option though, so my personal recommendation is to check around other sales on other similar keyboards like the Owla F75 or the Jazz AK820 Pro or like one of those like Royal Clutch keyboards. Overall, I'm incredibly satisfied with this keyboard and I can't wait to use it for more of my videos as it sounds incredibly amazing. So thanks for watching this whole review. I genuinely wonder how long this took to edit and I'll see you in the next one.